Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, people, friends, colleagues, Bob Geldof.
You understand, of course, that in rock and roll terms, this is a gold watch, and will you fuck off now, please? You know, this is Rolling Stone, Darren, Cliff, thank you very much indeed. It's odd to be sitting down there at the Roundhouse, because the first time I actually played here was a week after the Ramones did it in 1977, and we just finished a tour of schools in the afternoon at 4:30, the Ramones, the Talking Heads and the Boomtown Rats. And we played to these bemused 13 and 14-year-olds still in Bay City roller outfits. And it was clear that you couldn't follow the Ramones, so they went on last, but nobody could get their head around the Talking Heads at all. And so they went on first and the Rats second. And those years passed in a blip, and here I am. And my friend reminded me of what Paul McCartney said once when he kept being asked about the incredible things he did in his life. He said, it's strange because I look at myself or I look at the film and I know it's me. And I sort of remember doing those things, but it's not me at this distance. And that's true up to a point, except that I'm absolutely sure now, having just finished touring with the Rats in Germany the day before yesterday, that nothing that I was capable of doing could have been done without the vital necessity that I have to play music. And I would imagine, like almost everybody in this room, and I'm not just talking about the musicians, I'm talking about what Cliff suggested earlier, was that many of us come from relatively grim backgrounds. And back in the day, the only station we had to listen to was Radio Luxembourg. And to a young boy who was not having fun, what these young boys and girls with guitars and pianos suggested were whole other possibilities, whole other universes, that change was not only inevitable, change was desirable, and change was inevitable. And the other lesson was that the platform of that change would be rock and roll, and the rhetoric you could use to change things was rock and roll itself. And so when the Rats started, we came with purpose. We called the band after Woody Guthrie's boyhood gang. Woody Guthrie, the great social activist, singer-songwriter of the 30s and 40s, and Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen's North Star. When he was 11, he was in a band, he was in a gang called the Boomtown Rats. So we came with an idea, and we landed smack dab here in the middle of what we all now recognise was a vast cultural revolution which reverberates down the ages to today. But that revolution was not out of context. It was Elvis and Little Richard. It was the Beatles, the Stones and the Who and Bob Dylan. It was all of that. And in this room today, that revolution continues. That necessity for change, that inevitability that we will help to steer. And that's what Darren alluded to, it's what Cliff alluded to, and what I think I've spent most of my time doing, and which, no matter what, even at 74, Cliff and Mika, you can fuck off, I'm still going to do it. Thank you very much.